Welcome everyone to my first unboxing on the channel, or the new revamped channel of the Nightmaro. This is me doggo, Gus the pug. Yeah, so we're doing an unboxing today. Cut it open and see what's what. This should be, obviously I haven't opened it yet, a Manifold from Edelbrock. And it should be a RPM Airgap for a small block Chevy. So let's crack on and open this up. The reason, and don't, please, the garage is a shit tip. You should see what's behind the camera, I know. But we're getting there. There's boxes and boxes of parts that come. The reason I'm getting the RPM Airgap is because currently I do have an Edelbrock Manifold on. It's been great. It's topped by obviously a Holly Street Avenger, like you've seen in some of my other videos. But it's the 2102 range, so it's a very mild inlet manifold. It's got quite a lot of restriction. It's very small. It basically runs in a very low RPM range as well, like idle to, I don't know, like 5,000 RPM or something like that. So it's not the best. It's not letting the car breathe as well as it maybe should. And obviously, as you know, I've fitted the ISTI cam and some other performance goodies like the torque converter and stuff, and obviously a free flow exhaust and whatnot. And I think we can do better. So, you know, why not make use of the cam? The cam's rated to over 7,000. I'm not going to go that high, but let's get it above 5,000 odd, because I do shift at like 6,500. So yeah. First things first, it looks okay. So that's a box it comes in. The box is a bit roached, like it's got some scratches on it and stuff. I don't care though, as long as the inside's alright. So this is the Edelbrock RPM Airgap small block Chevy, and it is part number 7501. So let's open that up. What do you say, Gus? See what it looks like. Another thing is, I keep painting my other inlet manifold, and it's just looking a little tired. So why not upgrade? So here it is. Ta-da! Very nice. So that looks really cool. See what we got. So we got some destructions. We got the torque down sequence. Information on how it's going to add 3,000 horsepower. So the 2102, that's the gasket. That's the one I've got on at the minute. Sorry, that's the intake manifold I have now. And it basically says, yeah, it's sort of likened to stock, like a stock manifold. It's like the next step up. This one is the 2501, which is quite a bit down the list. Yeah, it just says it's basically a performance application. So more suited to what we want on the Nightmaro anyway. These are the fitting instructions. I'll be pissed if I don't get a sticker, like our Edelbrock. If you haven't given us a sticker. Oh yeah! Okay, so there we go. So these are like at least 3 horsepower each sheet. So that's cool. So we got that. Excellent. Let's take a look at the manifold itself, the quality. It's surprisingly heavy, but I thought it would be a little less heavier than this. Actually, I wonder if it was. Oh yeah, it's mostly that cardboard. That cardboard weighs quite a bit. Got a couple of bungs. I'm guessing that's if you don't use the coolant crossovers in the rear. I'm guessing. Yeah, which we won't be. So let's take a look. So first of all, overall, our initial thoughts are, looks nice, good quality. The machining's quite nice. There's not too many. Actually, there's not at all. It's a nice smooth. Some nice smooth intake runners there. There's no real casting marks other than what you would normally expect to see, but you know, I definitely don't think there's anything I can improve on from like you know, as far as any loose material goes that I would need to shave off, or any burrs or anything left. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if how well you can see that, but it's a nice part job on it. The air gap itself is a nice design. I think it looks better than a lot of the manifolds. It's quite a thick deck on it, so we'll have to see what it looks like when we put on the heads and see what the gap is. And obviously it is a dual plane manifold as well, so for those that don't know, you've got a lower plane which obviously feeds some of the banks, and then you've got a higher plane which feed some of the other cylinders, or the other parts. It does have this notch out here, which obviously if you've watched Engine Masters and the one prior to that, where you can find it on YouTube, where Freiberger basically got the normal Edelbrock RPM and obviously the air gap, which this is. Difference was the normal RPM doesn't have this cutout. They've done the cutout, and it pretty much almost made the same power. And what they also said is you can get the RPM air gap, the RPM, not the air gap, and just put a 1 inch or a 3/4 carb riser on it, and you kind of make it within the same power. This I got for cheaper. That was the reason I got this one. The normal Edelbrock RPM, it would have been a large upgrade on that, but seems as though this was kind of the same price. It was nice to get the air gap. I think it looked cooler, and also another reason is my current one. It's been on and off the car quite a few times now. And it was on the car when I first got it, and although I've machined, sanded down, machined some of the tops of it by hand, and I've painted and everything, it is starting to show a little bit of wear, especially around the thermostat housing, the water neck there. I had a bit of trouble when I was putting some intake gaskets on it. It was just leaking, it was weeping. So yeah, I'm glad to get something that's pretty solid like this. The gaskets I'm going to be using are obviously Felpro Performance gaskets, which are the 1205. You know, they're pretty cheap if you're in the States. If you're over here, they're not cheap. So if you're looking at, again, you know, you can get all this from Jegs and Summit without an issue, no problem at all. But yeah, they're the 1205. I've currently got them now with the alloy heads that are on the car and the Edelbrock I've got now, so I have no issues with that. They do have the small little gasket areas around the water parts as well, what you use, which when tightened down compress and just seal them water jackets a little bit better. Although I do put a smear of RTV round, so yeah, just for safety. Something else I got some inlet manifold bolts. Now I went for the 12 point bolts, and if you can see them, 12 point bolts. Got them in chrome stainless. You know, a bit of a half of chrome. Again, because I'm using at the minute like the 8-sided or 6-sided normal like intake bolts. They don't look good. They don't look nice. And on the one I've got at the minute, to get the manifold I've got at the minute, where the plenum comes down here, it obviously doesn't have that gap there, and they're an absolute bear to tighten in the centre. The outside ones are absolutely fine. The insides are an absolute nightmare. So that's what we're doing with them. We're going to get them in and yeah, go for that. So overall, you know, on the unboxing, it looks like a solid manifold. It looks very well put together. It looks nice. The machine surfaces are pretty cool. Yeah. Any questions you want to know any more about this or the fitting of it, hit me up in the comments. Let me know if you like it. I'll be doing some more unboxing videos over the coming weeks or months. I will be doing a video of me fitting this to the Camaro. So stay tuned for that. Let me know what you want to see, what you don't. Give us some questions, and as always, like, have a good time, and see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.